Recording live from the gutter. I will buy this motherfucker. It's not even a discussion. Huh?
What's good, fam?
What's up? Use the comments. It's go time. MaxWrist in the motherfucking house. We live. Alive.
Out of the way. Which there used to be a run ads on. I don't see it anymore. Alright. Alright, what's good, fam? What's good? Snewj in the house. Snewj in the motherfucking house.
What's up? Oh, we got the pupsters. We got the pupsters here. Come here. Let me carry her. Don't mess anything up.
Alright, we got Snewj in the house today. Met up for some coffee.
Oh,
shot the shit. Did a little riding.
He got me rocking the MaxWrist hat, you know.
She's gonna fucking all up.
What's up?
We're just gonna do a little half-hour stream, a little Q&A, maybe some shit shooting about EDC over there.
Andrea, yo.
It's our first time setting it up. So we're gonna be working on this as we go.
Type 6 of you like me to go fucking dumb.
Alright, well come on, tell me about EDC. Tell me what you love.
Shit, bro. I mean, if you went to EDC, if you're on the live stream right now, who here went to EDC this last weekend? Yo, hey, yo, pups. Come here.
About to lock him up.
Who went to EDC? Anybody?
Okay, so this is your first year at EDC?
That was my first year, bro. It was fucking amazing.
Yeah?
It was amazing, dude. Words cannot even explain. Cannot even explain, man, how good it was. Italia, what's up? A lot of these people are like overseas.
I know, you get engulfed by all the comments for sure. But anyway, Snewj and I are thinking about doing a little How to Ride series together.
Yes, sir.
So we're also thinking about doing these live streams at least once a week. But down in the description below, got the MaxWrist and Snewj tags. Check them out.
You already know. Why you make? What's up? Who's that? Sohail? Finally.
Alright, shoot some questions our way. What do you guys want to see us do? Future videos together? Series?
Yeah, what's up, man? That's what's up, Stefan.
Alright, well I got some dope shit to show you guys. Got some custom motherfucking gloves. Might as well show them off. Snewj's gonna try them on. Can't really see what's going on.
Let me try that shit on, bro. That shit is hard. Look at this, guys. Where's the camera? Look at this. I keep thinking the camera's right here, but it's right there. These gloves are still a work in progress, but they're super comfortable. I don't know if you can really see that, but it says MaxWrist right here. Check that out. When are they gonna be ready, bro?
I don't know, man. I'm a perfectionist and it kills me.
I'm gonna flip the camera on. Hey, I got the glove. The MaxWrist glove. It's gonna go for sale soon. Are you ready for that? Is everybody ready for this right here? This is that good quality shit. Honestly.
Racing vid. Yeah, I think Snewj and I are gonna go a little head to head like Canyon.
Head to head. Damn, bruh.
I might rock those gloves.
I might rock these gloves, man.
Your fingers fitting them pretty good?
Yeah, they're like. Let's put it on full. Yeah, I mean, there's a little space.
Barely, dude.
Yeah, but it feels. Nah, it feels.
You can use a medium.
Yeah, it feels good.
I feel that. You just did a little highway hooning. Do you usually go that fast on the highway?
Yeah, here and there.
That's how you ride?
Not like full throttle. You were going full throttle at times, huh?
Yeah,
Is that how you ride all the time, dude?
That's pretty basic.
Yeah, I mean, like, yeah, I do that. But it's like, if I'm riding with other people, it's kind of like,
Fuck it.
yeah, you just never know.
A big thing with me is I'm like such a freak of like not crossing the double line
Oh, yeah.
on the highway just because I feel like I did it before and got my bike impounded.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, I didn't have my license, didn't have a bike registered or insurance, and the bike was a shitster.
Damn, dude.
There's no way I was outrunning him.
Shit.
And he was just like, I was like, fuck it. Got impounded, he dropped me off. It was a bitch.
Well, that sucks.
Sucks to
Porco.
suck.
Say it. Say that, bro.
Porcadillo.
Porcadillo, please.
Yeah, we went.
Dude, I love that.
We'll see.
Oh. Thought that was gonna fall over.
Snewj is squid. You see that shit? Oh.
What? Someone's
Goddamn,
talking shit again?
Showtime got a little shout out.
Oh, Showtime! MaxWrist in the motherfucking house. Hey man, make sure if you don't know who I am,
Check him out. SNEWJ. Snewj.
They call me Snewj.
Check out the description. His name's right there. You guys gotta sub to him. He got footage of me today being a squid.
Yeah, so that's gonna go up probably early next week.
Hopefully he doesn't do too much title spam for everyone's ass.
We gotta make them click on the vids. What's up?
Snewj's video would read, "Hot girl is MaxWrist squidding on naked bike."
MaxWrist versus hot girl.
There you go. There you go. Teach Snewj how to ride his Ducati and get rid of the chicken strip. Alright, we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it.
Oh. Come here.
Frida, come here.
Max.
Hey, who would come to a Snewj MaxWrist 4th of July party?
He's a motherfucker. Yeah, who wants to come down to a party, man?
Who would come to a July 4th Snewj MaxWrist?
Come on, let comment below. Comment right now and let us know. Who's down for that?
We need about 100 people.
People are retarded. Hey. Make a video saying Porco.
12.99, still not in my possession. Fucking Snewj could have literally jacked that 12.99 from that goddamn dealership.
Yeah.
And just brought it over here, right down the goddamn road. And we could have just slayed a video. BMW or Kawasaki, man.
Damn.
I mean,
H2.
depends what you're doing. I would take an H2 out to race, like a LaFerrari or a P1, but if I'm trying to wheelie past some fools, it's on the BMW.
S1000, extra 1000, 1299 or R1.
I put it up with Snewj's way.
What's up, Chris? Random rider. Our day was pretty good, man. It's hot as shit over here in Cali.
On a 125.
Yeah.
Fuck. I have a 125. I have a CR 125.
Faker. When did you start?
So what do you guys think? You think Snewj and I should do a little race together next week? I think next week. You gotta get some pants.
Next week,
sliders.
bro. Max got me on the pants, bro.
Wait, do you have any boots?
This is the best it's gonna get.
You're rocking the J's?
The J's, bro.
Dude, you're gonna end up straight breaking your foot.
I know, man.
pair of boots. What size are you?
Like a 10 and a half, 11, but
Probably fit.
you can make it happen.
Yeah, I've been riding the all black suit.
For real?
Yeah.
Shit.
I think it's freshy.
Oh yeah, dude. You got a lot, right? You got a lot of gear.
Yeah.
Son of a bee. Put up with Snewj too legit. Okay, he's quoting the lyrics. That's you can anywhere, any motorcycle shop. MaxWrist versus Snewj, but there's a twist to it, huh?
Yeah.
MaxWrist versus Snewj. What if Snewj is MaxWrist?
What if I'm Snewj?
Yeah, you'll never know. This whole time, I text you video. Okay, Rando Rider Eyebrow. Peace out.
And we gotta get some ideas flowing for Snewj tonight. 'Cause we're gonna be working on some series together, and we need to figure out where we're gonna go.
Everybody in the comments, right? Whoever's on, give some ideas. What you want to see me and MaxWrist do.
So, all right. Here's what we'll do. So next week we'll go out Wednesday, Friday. We'll do a bit of training. I'll get you down with the corners.
I'm down for that.
And then, what do I got to do? MaxWrist Gloves exclusive pair.
Dang, those gloves are gonna sell out.
Hey,
bro.
what size are you, homie?
A dual motor vlog. Do you have a Snewj?
I don't.
Yeah, I don't even have one either. But
I hear that people at Center are fans of the race stuff. Dude, we should just roll over there together and do a vlog.
Yeah, I'm down for that, dude.
I just don't like fucking talking when I'm riding.
I feel it.
Hey, yo, though, who's this guy and what's he want? Loco EP3, what size are your gloves, man? I need to know. Because I might already have a pair for you if you want. So, and then next week, we'll set out a race.
Damn. You guys want to see that? Do you want to see a race? MaxWrist versus Snewj? Snewj is going to win, hands down.
I would teach Snewj how to wheelie if
Well,
you didn't
what
have...
if I already knew how to wheelie? What if?
Dude, that XL. Okay, Loco, I got a pair for you. If you want to buy them, send me an offer and I'll send them to you. They're literally there's only 2 pairs made, so Snewj is gay.
Snewj is a noob compared to Snewj. Well, I guess so.
We both should make some gear together.
Ducati shit, BMW is a pussy.
What?
I don't know. I don't understand this. I don't understand that.
Collab on some merch.
Collab on some merch. You already know, man. MaxWrist. Oh, there you go.
That's fucking frosty.
Perfect. Thanks, homeboy.
And we got some Snewj fans up in here. No Hezzy, Andres.
Greg Marvel, I am a fan for sure. Run it.
Run it now.
I got the craziest fucking racing yesterday.
Bro.
Oh
yeah.
God, dude.
Yo, hey, MaxWrist is gonna have some sweet ass content coming soon. Gave me a little sneak peek of what was going on, man. Stay tuned for that. Honestly.
I'm probably gonna jump on Twitch later today and show you guys some of that footage. Maybe do a little editing, so see how that goes. But literally, I'm just ripping a Zeus up, and I hope when we're out there, dude, we'll probably see some supercars too.
Oh yeah. You gonna hit up that guy again or what? With the Porsche?
I mean, yeah, I would. The problem is with that 600, dude, it's laggy.
Yeah.
Like I can't even wheelie it because
Yeah, I saw
it
that.
farts out at like 8,000 RPM.
I saw that today.
Pissed me off.
You gonna have the gloves ready.
Josh, what size are you, homeboy? I only have 2 pairs. One's already gone.
The demand is crazy.
Dude, maybe we should definitely do some, I gotta get into this lifestyle thing. I mean, I do the moto vlogging, but I can't be putting those videos on my channel.
Right.
So that would be straight up you.
I look like your brother, John. Is there a way they can send a picture through this, or what?
I don't think so. No.
Well, DM me on IG. Show me a picture of your brother. Let me see if I really look like him. Where's the size large? Josh.
Alright, yep, there you go. You got the second pair. Boom.
Dang, MaxWrist vlogs.
That'll be pretty good. And then we can roll through. You've done like Newport shit and Santa Monica.
I'll be down to do it again, bro.
Can you ride through the promenade?
Where's that?
That's Santa Monica.
Oh shit. I have to see. I don't remember it. I have to see it. I don't think I remember what it is.
Huh. It's
Bro.
the main strip of all the fucking shops and shit.
I haven't been there in a minute. But I'm down for whatever. No, I don't.
So what'd you think? Dude, people just love getting on here and hate.
Yeah, that's
I
just
mean,
how
I
it
don't know.
is.
Maybe they just like getting it out. Have you ever seen that South Park episode with you don't watch South
I
Park?
do, but I haven't seen South Park in a minute. But which episode are you talking about?
The one where it's like, fuck, Randy is like doing the spamming online. And he like,
No, I don't remember.
just being a straight troll. Whatever.
If I watch, I probably will remember, but I don't remember that on the top of my head. Off the top of my head. What the heck, man? Alright, everybody, how old are you right now? If you're on the stream, shout out your age. Don't lie. What's your age?
Dude, it's probably all over the map.
Yeah.
It's probably all
What
over
it do?
the motherfucking night.
17, 20, 14, 29. That guy was talking shit and he's 29. Funny. That's pretty old for you to be talking shit. 13. Damn, we got 4 fucking idiots.
Yeah. I don't know about all that though.
35.
Nice.
130.
Snewj and I are actually the same age.
Yeah, we can't disclose any info.
No information.
That's all you get. 2. We already know.
Have you tried topping that 959 out?
The fastest I've gone on it was probably like, I haven't topped it off yet. Yeah, it's only been like, probably hit like just 140 without even trying.
We probably hit 140 on the way here.
Yeah. I wasn't even, like, I don't even pay attention to my dash. I just go, dude. Are you doing a collab video with Snewj and Glendora or Azusa? Yeah. It's happening. It's happening, bro.
Yeah, boy.
Why is it so hard?
I know, we're gonna work on this. We're honestly, I mean, are you down to do it every week?
Yeah.
See where this goes?
I'm down to do this whenever we can, bro, honestly. I mean, like, we're both busy, but we're down to do something for you guys every now and then when we can.
What do you think? Once a week? Once every Wednesday? I mean, I need like a schedule, dude. I just suck at keeping schedules.
Oh, yeah, I feel you. Wednesday can work.
Every time I put a schedule out, I always fuck it up.
What should I put on my Ducati, man? You're asking. Because, I mean, as of now, like, I'm chilling.
Dude, you
The
gotta
clear clutch
sell it,
cover.
man.
The clear clutch cover. We want that.
Dude,
But that's just like the.
sell it,
that's the
get that
physical.
12.99,
You-
man.
And then get a paint job at that 12. Wrap it a different color.
Wait, you. What the fuck?
Was.
There we go, we're good, we're good. Wait, so. You don't want that 12.99?
I would, man, but
You didn't like it, or it was just too powerful?
no, it's not. It's not that it's too powerful. It's just that at the time I was thinking more of like, oh, dude, that color scheme. I don't like that red. But then again, it's just like it was only a couple grand more, man.
So you're into the panty droppers.
Yeah. So I was just like, I was more into the physical at the time. And I'm like perfectly content with the 959. Like I don't like race. I'm not no MaxWrist up in the streets, you know. But it's definitely something to consider maybe in the future.
Fuck yeah, dude. Once you hit the canyon roads with me and you lay down some knee, you're gonna be like, this is my new workout.
It's going down. Basement, Friday the 13th.
Where?
You look like Jason, bro.
I got that butterfly knife skills though.
You guys should do a slow race.
I could do a slow race. Snewj is not into the street racing.
I'm not. I'm like,
Even though you were keeping up on the highway, dude. And
yeah, dude. You're a freaking rip, dude. Guys, MaxWrist was ripping it on the freeway, man, going like 140, 145. I was like, damn, son. He just like right into the freeway. I was like, shit, I did not. Well, I was like, why would I assume like he wouldn't do that, you know? And it's MaxWrist, right?
I try to enter the freeway at 100 every time.
Yeah. I feel that.
I try to see how fast I can get there. Gotta
Would
get
you ever
down
get a
the street.
KTM?
Would I? No. Never, dude. Have you ridden a dirt bike?
I haven't, bro.
No shit.
I never. My first bike was a Yamaha FZ6R, which was like a sport touring, and then I hopped on the Gixxer 750, and then after that it was a Ducati 959. So it's always been on like that sport bike style, you know. Never been on a dirt bike. Never been on a. Have I been on a like a cruiser type of bike? Yeah, dude. It's crazy up in these streets.
I'm thinking you mark out your calendar and you do the cross the country with me.
Dude, August, right?
August. Don't drop a date.
How long though? How long will it be? The whole thing.
How long's the trek?
Yeah. No, the trip.
Oh, I mean, man, we take our time.
Okay.
I think we take our time.
For sure.
And I think we
Because like if it's in August, because I know I'm going to hard summer in August. That's why.
When?
It's I forgot what day it falls in. So if it's anywhere before or after, then yeah, I'm down.
I could grab the bikes. You gotta tighten it in there.
Here, let me get this.
On your side. I could.
We'll figure it out.
We should do that though, dude.
No, but like that's like I'll be down.
That'd be one of the
What the
best lifestyle riding videos.
Dude, honestly, yeah, because
You gotta tighten it, motherfucker.
it's not. I don't think it's even through. Yeah, it's not even. Hold on, let me untie it, and then is it even in? That's what she said.
You're baked as fuck.
How about now?
No, dude, you're screwing it out.
No, because it's because it wasn't inside.
Oh, is it inside?
I think it is now.
Is it in?
How about now, bro?
You getting any chicks with bikes? Yeah, boy.
Honestly, look, honestly, bike or no bike, I mean, a bike is a conversation starter, but it's all up to the individual if you could get a girl or not. Honestly.
Fuck no, dude. It's how fast you can wheelie.
Hey,
Fast you wheelie,
that's,
the
that's
faster.
MaxWrist logic. This shit is fucked up, dude.
Dude, you're screwed.
I'm unscrewing it because when I screw it tighter, it's not sticking to anything.
Alright, unscrew it. Dude, we gotta figure this shit out.
We'll just hold it, dude. Honestly, I'll hold it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Here.
There you go.
Wait, hold on.
If I ride a dirt bike, I might learn some skills. Yeah, maybe. Fuck it. Mic check 1 2. Mic check 1 2. Joel Santana in the house. What's up? Breakfast Club, everybody. Welcome back to the show.
That'd be pretty dope to go to an MX track.
Right?
If you've
Never, bro. Never. I would be down. You got to sleep. It's 3 a.m. Damn. All right, bro. Peace out.
When do I ride again? I don't know. My bike's kind of fucked. It's still works though. I'll go back out there on Wednesday.
Yes, sir. Take the drone.
We'll go out there together. Wait, so is your drone like fat?
Nah, it's the little. It's the DJI Mavic. Have you seen it before?
No, it like unfolds.
Portable, bro. It fits in my backpack. Perfect. But.
And it holds a GoPro?
It has a built-in camera, so it's like perfect, dude, for whatever we want to shoot. It'll be sick.
You gotta get pants.
I know. You got me, bro. You got me. You got me. First time I went on the highway, I was going 120. That's what's up. You only 16? How was EDC? Haven't watched your video yet. Yeah, make sure you watch all 3 of that EDC series.
EDC was the fucking shit.
It was more than the fucking shit. It was epic.
Dude, day 1 though, I was miserable.
For real?
Dude, I was there for like 2 hours.
What time did you get there?
So here's what happened. I get in the car. We left at like 7 or something.
Okay.
It took us 4.5 hours to get there, dude.
Shit.
And we were 10 miles away.
Traffic was that bad?
We could have fucking walked faster.
Wow.
And then, so I get there, and the girls I'm with, like, all scanned in. I'm like, oh, fuck. I'm, like, stoked,
Yeah.
I'm feeling good. And I go to snap my bandit, it turns red. And then it's like,
damn.
It's like going on 1 or 2 now, and I'm just like, ugh.
Wow. Why did it turn red?
So evidently, I got out this bro whose ex-girl, who then broke up with his girlfriend.
And you, like, registered it or something?
I registered it.
Oh, shit.
But I think his ex-girlfriend came back and then claimed his ticket lost.
Oh.
Checked in with his. And
Wow.
then I was fucked,
So you had to buy a new one?
no, I raised hell. And then I gave him one.
Damn. That's crazy, man. Crazy.
But I was only there for like 2 hours.
That does suck.
Everyone
I got there at like 11. I thought I got there late, but you got there super late. No sleep, no hezzy. That's right.
Yeah, we gotta do. Yeah, dude, we gotta.
No hezzy in the motherfucking house.
Shit, and I bet we could rack up some fam too to go with us.
Yeah. Whoever we like, whatever state we stop by, you can meet up with people, huh? They can ride with us. That'd be sick. That would be sick.
So we'd take like a week or 2.
Okay.
Probably a week. We'll make it a week.
That's
We'll stop in
content
all the
up
major
the
cities.
ass.
All the major cities.
Dude, I'm fucking down. I'm down. Who's down for that? The Parabam Honda's like the Ducati 1299.
Camera is being released and footage might follow, bro.
Are you into gaming?
What does
Ultra
that mean?
Miami.
I played a pretty good game yesterday with the Porsche.
For real? I know.
Was it GT3 RS?
I was, yo.
Dude, this footage
Wait on
is
that
crazy.
footage by MaxWrist, man. Do a fucking dab. A slow dab. That's a slow dab for you. What motorcycle would you recommend?
What's good, Brazil? Brazil in the house.
What's up, Gabriel?
Oh, fuck yeah. They're releasing your camera from evidence. That's best case. Did you get charged, Chaos, man? What's good, Yama Blue?
Portugal.
Been partying for a week or so. It's a good
Damn.
hangover.
Water and rest and your nutrients, I guess.
I was just gonna say a blunt and coffee, but
I guess either way works.
Oh,
Cause he goes hard in the motherfucking paint. Ain't no mercy. Mexico, what's up?
Damn, dude. Alright, so we got some shit to do.
Yes, sir.
You gotta be bouncing.
Yeah, I gotta go. We'll say hi to Fran, bro.
What up, Fran? What up?
There you go. It was fun while this live stream lasted. We'll definitely be doing more of this.
Yeah, we'll try once a week. It'll get
Yeah.
better every week. We'll work on it. We'll bring new shit to the fucking table.
You already know.
And we'll do,
Yeah.
mixing it up. Bring
We'll
in
mix
your
it up.
product. We'll do some product promotion with each other. Figure out
Heck
what
yeah.
we work, whatever.
Oh yeah, you know, Hezzy in the building, Snewj in the building, MaxWrist in the mother effing building.
Mother effing no.
Outro.
Alright,
Should I give them the outro?
Yeah, give them a little outro while I figure out how to disconnect.
If Young Metro don't trust.
Go ahead. give
I
them-
don't even. Alright, guys. Peace out. It was fun. We'll see you on the next one. Stay tuned for MaxWrist videos coming soon. He got some killer shit coming. And then me and Max have a little collab video that's going to be up early next week. So stay tuned for that. Until then, we're out.
Peace.